Hey guys, Loopy here, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how to make Genshin Impact look way better with the introduction of new graphics settings in 1.1. I'll be covering iPhone, iPad, and PC graphics settings, so you don't have to worry about what platform you're on, I will cover it. Keep in mind that I'm playing on mobile, PC, and iPhone with all the latest hardware, including a 2020 iPad Pro and an RTX 2070 graphics card. So if you have lower end specs like a potato PC, you might want to drop your settings lower. I will explain more in the video. So starting off on mobile, you guys have a graphics quality preset and a current performance load. So when you switch this to highest, as you can see the current performance load, it increases. What you want to do is increase the render resolution to the highest depending on your device. If you have a really high end device, you can switch it to high. If you have a low end device, you should be able to handle medium. This is a pretty big performance increase as seen by the green bar. So for the shadow quality, you want this to be the highest as well. This will make the shadows more detailed and more crisp. For the visual effects, you want them at the highest as well. This increases the intensity of all the effects and also the detail and crispness. So, for example, when I switch it to the lowest, as you can see, Paimon's effect isn't as bright and accentuated. But when I switch the visual effects to the highest, I can see Paimon's effect is glowing and it's really shiny. This will apply in combat as well as aiming down sights, so like this. So as you can see, there's this little ripple effect whenever I shoot my arrow. That's an example of a visual effect. For the SFX quality, that's just your sound quality, so this doesn't really impact graphics settings, so if you have a low-end device, you can switch it to lowest. The sound effect will just be lower quality. For the overall settings, this just changes everything. You want to switch this to highest if you want the best graphic. FPS, this is a really big one. Even if you have 30 FPS and all high settings, your game will look really bad due to the amount of motion blur and just overall lagginess. You'll also get a lot of input delay. So if your device can handle it, which a lot of devices can, you should switch your FPS to 60. This makes a really big performance increase. As you can see, it's super smooth now. For motion blur, this is a really debatable topic because all the FPS gamers out there like their motion blur off. As you can see, it makes it a lot more smoother, but if you're the type of guy who likes really high graphics and just want to make the game look better, just put it to extreme and see what you think. Extreme makes it look a bit, blurry, but that's up to your preference. So the motion blur setting is up to you, whether you want it low, high, extreme, or off. For bloom, most people don't know what this is. So what bloom does is that it increases the high dynamic range of your camera. So for example, God rays, lens flares, and visual effects in general will all be accentuated because of bloom. As you can see, there's the light leaks out, sort of. You can barely see this when it's daytime. As you can see, the light kind of leaks out and glows, so your character has a glow effect. This represents real life really well because it's an example of all the cameras. For phones in general, you want to switch off any low power mode or battery saver function just to squeeze the extra performance. You can set the render resolution to high, but I would not recommend it as most phones have a resolution higher than 1080p, which means that you'll get some serious diminishing returns when you set the texture to high, just because the phone screen is so small compared to a tablet or PC. So 60 FPS is also recommended. The rest of the settings should be the same as before. Okay, so for PCs, whether it be Mac or Windows, you want to put your screen at 1080p at full screen. If you have a 4K monitor, preferably put it at 4K, just put it at the max resolution and full screen. I want to set the render resolution to the max and turn VSync off if you have G-Sync, and turn VSync off because you will get more input lag and input delay. Also turn anti-aliasing to TAA because that is the sharpest and the one that gives you the most FPS. The other settings are the same with the crowd density and bloom, or put on ultra. For the FPS, people have found a way to unlock your FPS to like 240 FPS because it's currently capped at 60 FPS, but you have to go into your files. I don't want to risk you getting banned. Thank you for watching, and that's my Genshin Impact graphics comparison and graphics improvements video. Please make sure to subscribe and like the video, as I'll be producing more content like this in the future. Peace.